Welcome to the Unfiltered Doll, baby, where we do a little bit of cussing around here. So your parental advisory has been advised. Also, baby, listen, we may have some bad opinions and whatever it is that you're going through. If you feel triggered, baby, just remember we're not talking about you. We're talking about the people on the screen. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Sunday, everybody. Let me know if you can hear me. Oh, Lord have mercy. It is Sunday, honey. Yes, it is. Let me put her up. Hey, welcome on in, Sunflower Babe TT. I see you were first. Hey, let's talk about it. Toddy Jackson, Miss Lady, Mimi 55, Rossi, TD Will. Hey, sugars. How are y'all doing? I hope you all are feeling amazing, looking good, feeling good, and smelling good. Happy Sunday. Patty, welcome on in. How are the girls doing today? How are you all? How was your weekend? Are you still celebrating your weekend? Let me know. Yes, we are here on this Sunday. I went to work today, honey. I was down there at that part-time job doing a 4 to 8 a.m. I'm now home. I'm very tired. And I said, you know what? Before I get back in the shower again and have a morning nap, let me come in and say hi to the dolls real quick. We're not going to be before you long. Okay, Sonia in the 90s. Hello, hello, hello. Diddy's baby oil. Sonia in the 90s, baby. I love how you always change your name and you make me question. Okay, now wait, what was the name before that? And what was the name? And what was the name before that? It keeps it new. You know, it keeps us on our toes, okay? Diddy's baby oil. And listen, what's going on? What's tea, y'all? I don't know what we're talking about today. You know, sometimes you enjoyed my shopping yesterday. Honey, that was a mess. Yesterday was a mess shopping. We went shopping with my mother yesterday in the shorts, okay? We went to go find her a wig. She is leaving for the beach on Tuesday, and she will be on a week vacation, and she wanted to do something different. She wanted to get a wig for her vacation. She's never worn a wig in her life. So that was a mess yesterday, but we got it done. Yes, indeed. What's going on? Let's go ahead and see what's trending out here on the social media, okay? Let's get into some folks' business and see what's happening, honey, before we get, because we're really not, it's open chat today. So let me see what's happening out here. I'm trying to see if there's some, you know, the young folk, not what's going on with the young folk, what's going on with the older folk on here. And right now it's all young people. Ooh. Lord have mercy. Dr. Heavenly apologizes to, I don't know what that is. We don't care about him. What is going on here? Y'all heard Cisco get cute. Give me a second, y'all. I'm scrolling out here in these social media streets, honey, trying to see whose business we can get into. Unless you got somebody's business to tell me, let me know and we can talk about it. Oh, this is a good one. Let's play this. Is anybody familiar with Claressashields? Yeah, this is a good one right here. Reefs and Muff's mom. Hey, baby. Thank you. Welcome on in. Doll, you knew that wig shopping with my honey. Listen. Hey, now. Then got the wig home. And I said, Mom, did you try on a wig? Because they're not doing wig try-ons in my area anymore because of, you know, since back when outside was closed, when we were in the Panasonic. And I said, Mom, did you try the wig on? And she said she tried it on and threw it back in the bag, and she's not taking it on the vacation with her. She needs somebody. She got to take it to go, you know, get it styled and cut. I said, Lord have mercy. Talking about some. And I told her not to, you know, I knew her getting that gray wig was going to be a problem. talking about some she ain't ready to look old or something. She just said, child. I said, you know what, honey? Yeah, okay. So we know who Claressa is. So what do y'all think about this? Let's go ahead and get it. Hold on. Let me go to her page actually and see. Let me see how much. Give me a second, y'all, to pull this up. All right. So we're on the neighborhood talk. Let me share my screen and tell me what you think. Be honest, okay? This is a safe space with me. I don't know if it's a safe space with anybody in the chat, but it's a safe space with me. Leo lady, happy Sunday, baby. How are you? Traveling to NOLA. Okay, happy St. Patty's Day to you, baby doll. Safe travels. Secret Be Sweet, welcome on in. Mimi 55, do you know what I'm about to play? Oh no, you're laughing about my mom. Okay. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Let me go ahead and go. Yes. Okay. Well, what do you guys feel about this? Be honest too, because I want to know. What's tea? This is going to be a little, a little touch, and it's going to be touch and go as far as how you may feel about it. So we'll see. Hold on. Let me get this up. Let me go to the post first. How can I? Okay, go to the post. How can I start it over? Let me make sure you all can see it. And let me get Nene off my screen. Nene gone somewhere and sat on down somewhere. Okay. Oh, shit. Hold on, y'all. What did I do? I don't see it anymore. Okay, here we go.
They just so pretty, and just because they born light skin, that they just all that they can come on people's shit talking shit. Oh, because you think you're pretty. I'm gonna tell you something. One, I look better than you. I look better than you, so you can get off my shit. That's one. And then two, why are you on my stuff if you don't like me? Why? Oh, it's giving obsessed. It's giving obsessed, light skin, red bone. Yeah, get your funny looking ass up out of here. I don't play with these hoes. It's mostly a lot of light skinned women who come bothering me. Yeah, I said what I said. I said what I said. They be hating on everything. Oh, she just thinks she's so pretty, but she got a strong jawline. Baby, you see this face. What the hell wrong with you? I'm our ancestors' dream, girls. You fucking crazy? Stop playing with me. I'm light skinned. I love you. Oh, I love you too. You all right. You good. I don't even mean to come at all light skinned girls for real, but usually they're the ones that be inboxing me or who be commenting me talking stuff. And I don't really be liking it because I know for sure it ain't about light skin, dark skin, white, black, Mexican, Puerto Rican. I'll whoop a girl ass. I already know that. So it'd be like when they be talking crazy to me, I'd be like, man, I ain't really the one to be playing with. Who is this girl? Another fucking light skin. Another light skin. Your haters really got under your skin. How my haters got under my skin when I'm on here celebrating me not being guilty for smoking weed? Saray _Summers, you blocked. You is dumb as hell. You blocked, man. And then once again, proving my point. Another light skinned girl. Listen, if you're a light-skinned girl and you love me, I love you too. But I am telling you, some of these light-skinned girls be having like self-esteem problems. And the fact that my self-esteem is up here and theirs is down here, they come fucking with me. It's always the light-skinned girls who think they just so pretty and just because they born light-skinned that they just all that.
So this is part 2. Let me go and get part 2 before I open up my mouth and get to talking. I'm going to go get part 2, but I have to go to her page to get that. So let me take this down and run and get part 2 from her actual page, where she's not really backtracking what she's saying, but she's, she's going to clean it up a little bit. And Bear with me a second. Oh, wait. How do you spell her? The damn name is spelled right here. I'm trying to spell it a completely different way. Oh, she took it. God damn it. Now, how do you take it down? Child, let me see. They always taking something down when you try. And that's the one you, what, girl? Wait, is this it?
30 on you hoes. Mm-hmm. Thought I was gonna be 20 something forever, didn't you? We all age, but we all just look good as we age.
Damn it. No, she didn't took it down, y'all. Let me see if somebody else got it where she came back to say, you know, well, this is what I meant by it. Let me see if they didn't post that part, I bet. No, they didn't give her a chance. Maybe she took it down before anybody can catch it. But anywho, what do you all, how do you feel about that? Pre-Pony, welcome on in, honey. Pre-Pony, Waller Williams, Latoya Lucas, only me 23. Hey, y'all, how y'all doing? What's going on? Welcome on in. So, colorism, now let's not pretend colorism does not, it does exist. It definitely does exist. But how do you feel about it? How do you feel about that? Now, for me personally, I'm not bothered by what she's saying. As a light skin, if that's what you want to call me, child, as a light skin, air quotes, woman, I feel like you have to be careful with your words, to be quite honest with you, in this sensitive time, is what I'll say, in 2025. But if that's how she feels, that's how she feels. There's nothing I can do about that, because I was told, this is what I was told. And I stand firm in making sure I'm not offending anybody. I was told as a light-skinned woman that I can't speak on colorism as far as saying that I've experienced it. This is what I was told, right? And to respect women when they come out and say the things that they experience when it comes to us as Black women, when it comes to light versus someone who is medium, someone who is considered to be darker, medium tone, all of the, I was told I need to be quiet when it comes to that subject, right? And so I don't say much. You know, I never want to offend anybody. I never want to tell anybody how to feel, and I'm never offended by it as a light-skinned woman, because do I know how it feels to be on the other side? I do, but I was told that I can't speak about it, right? I was told I can't speak about it. And what do you feel? How, right? I feel like we all experience it from all sides, right? I'm going to say all sides, but there's so much ignorance as well when it comes to that. Have I been judged because of my color? Absolutely. I'm not going to sit here and act like I haven't been. Absolutely. But I feel like once I open up my mouth, or once you warm up to me and you're like, oh, she's cool, I feel like the people start to realize you can't put everybody in the same category. And when I say the people, don't, please, let's not take it as if I'm a white woman saying those people. No. I feel like women, let me say women, because I never really experienced this with men. I feel like once a woman who has doubt about a friendship with a woman of a certain color and shade range, hue, if you will, and I'm not even being funny, once they have to test the waters with you, and it's not a scale. I just want to be careful. You know what I'm saying? A lady, hey baby, welcome on in. I was told by a friend of mine who is, well, I can't call her a friend anymore. But she actually told me she was shocked how cool I was because she usually does not get along with light-skinned women. And when she grew up, she had a lot of problems when it came to light-skinned women, you know, or she likes to say with red bones. I don't use any of that lingo. I don't you call myself a red bone. I don't even call myself a light-skinned woman. I don't do all of that. I'm saying I'm a light-skinned woman based off of what Claressa is saying, right? I'm a Black woman at the end of the day. It doesn't matter if I'm light. It doesn't matter if I'm medium. None of that matters. I'm a Black woman, period, at the end. I don't give a damn what I'm mixed with, what's going on down there with my dad's DNA. I don't care about none of that. At the end of the day, I am a Black woman, okay? And unfortunately, I have been in weird friendships, a friendship that I no longer have, because everything that went on with our friendship, even if it was a disagreement, my color would come up, and I thought it was strange. I thought it was very strange and weird, to the point where I feel like she felt like she had to compete with me. But what are we competing for? Beautiful. Beautiful. We both can be beautiful. It doesn't matter. I don't play that, oh, she's pretty for a dark-skinned girl. I think that shit is disgusting. I think it's nasty. I think it's vile. I've just never been on that type of time. Never. And that's why I'm not too upset with what she's saying. But at the same time, you know, once you say it out of your mouth out loud on social media, then you have to be prepared for the fallout in the court of public opinion. My mother also, and I'm just being honest with you, when, well, I don't even want to say this, but it's the truth. When I was younger and I would get into it. See, I didn't even realize this was going to bother me. Now that maybe I shouldn't talk about this. Okay. So when I was younger, if my mom would take me like down on her job, for example, I remember the first time my mom took me to her job, and most of the people on her job, of course, they were white women and white men. There were a few Black people there. But when she would, when she said, "This is my daughter," you know how people would look, like they would look as if like, oh, that's your daughter, because of my mom's skin color, right? And I don't even consider myself to be that, I'm on the lighter side, but I'm not pale and shit. You know what I'm saying? Well, it depends on when you catch me, but I'm not like pale. I'm just a lighter tone, right? And I always would wonder, like, why, what's the big deal? Until, of course, I grew up and I got grown. But, now that I'm grown and everything, I know what the deal is now. And, of course, late in my teenager, like when I became a teenager, I'm stuttering because I don't want to tell all of my business. But I would have issues with my own mom sometimes growing up. And when I was a teenager, I'll never forget, damn it, now I'm on my soapbox. I'll never forget, she would tell me, "Oh, you think you're cute." And meanwhile, my mom's gorgeous. Like, my mom is gorgeous. She's that girl. She is. But she would tell me, "Oh, you think you're cute," and da-da-da-da-da. Like, she would bring it up. And I would think to myself, sometimes I would think something was wrong with me. I'm just being honest with you, because I am the oddball in my family, to be quite honest with you. I'm the oddball. Like, if you've seen my mom and my sister, I have a few sisters. My dad got kids, honey. But as far as my mom has two daughters, me and my sister and I look like the oddball. Now, my grandmother and my great grandmother, I do look like them, right? But my great grandmother is no longer living. My grandmother is older, but you know what I'm saying. We have a small family. We don't really have a big family when it comes to my mom's side. And then my grandmother's niece and her daughter, again, I'm the oddball. So light skin and red bone and all of that. It just never was my thing, to be quite honest with you, because I always felt odd, and I guess I always wanted to. I didn't want to be like. I know that's weird, but I didn't want to be. I wanted to look like my mom, and I wanted to look like my sister. I wanted to look like them. I didn't, you know what I mean? Because I was the oddball. So there's that. I mean, it was to the point even when I was like, oh, when I have kids, I don't want to have, I want my kids to, I want my kids to have some color to them, honey. I don't want no light-skinned kids. I'm just being honest. I'm serious because of the things that I've went through as a young girl. But I heard that it's offensive for me to talk about those sort of things because it doesn't exist for people my color. And I'm like, oh, okay. When I say color, I mean the skin, my skin tone. And I was just like, oh, okay. Okay. Like, all right. You know what I mean? So it's hurtful to see that in 2025. And she's young. She's just 29. For her to be feeling that way at 29, she's young. And I'm like, damn, is this still like going on? So I just was like, okay, let's talk about it. But then I didn't realize I was going to get into my own, like, damn, yikes. So let me see what y'all got to say about it. Jesus. This is a lot. Oh, Salty Buzzard, welcome on in. Hey, baby. This was on my timeline, but I didn't know that lady. Yes, colorism is real. Yeah, she's with Remy Ma, Papoose. Her and Papoose is in a relationship, and she is I believe she's a heavyweight female boxer. I think she's undefeated. She's out here kicking ass. I know that. Kimmy Who, hey, welcome on in. Yes, Sonia. Yes, Sonia definitely has some issues when it comes to colorism, for sure. And I know that it does exist. Let's not pretend many people have not benefited from colorism. I agree. I'm not, it's your picture for me. I agree. I do agree with that. I cannot argue that whatsoever. Beauty is and always will be subjective, period, point blank. You're right. I know. It's called allyship, light or dark. Whew. I'm not bothered by it. If that's how she feels, then that's what happened to her. That's what happened to her. It's her experience. Right. It is her experience. And I never want to take it away from her. I experience it on both ends. Right, Miss Lady. But have you been told that you can't experience it on your end? Is what I'll ask you. Stand with your sister because we all are to them. They said, shut up. And I just did that. Although I'm light-skinned with a batch of dark-skinned kids. It was the batch of kids for me. Like, batch. Like, how many do you have? It most certainly exists. I know both sides. Right. You can speak. I feel your experience. Yes. Everybody's experience is unique and different. Is there a scale? Like the darker you are, the more you can say? I don't necessarily think there's a scale, but I think you have to understand that I just never want people to feel some type of way, right? Because sometimes popularity rules, and there is something called pretty privilege. And I'm not going to sit here and act like there's not. There's a such thing called pretty privilege. And unfortunately, a lot of colorism resides in pretty privilege. And when I say pretty privilege, I'm not saying my terminology of what pretty privilege is. I'm just speaking facts. I'm medium brown and have been called light by darker and dark by lighter. Woo. I've had people who said they thought I was all of that because of my skin tone. Child, I'm raggedy. Listen, no, for real, can we talk about it? Because you know I'm raggedy. Diddy's baby oil. You know I'm raggedy. Jealousy in women is, yeah, it's very awful and strange. I agree. It doesn't bother me whatsoever. My mom looks like your mom and myself with two sisters that look like you. Right. And that's how I wish that's how it was for everyone, but unfortunately, it's not. Wish we could see the beauty in all shades and stop with this. It's 2025. And it's just like we got so much going on in our own community, in as people. We have so much going on. I wish that was the case, but it's not. Reefs and Muff Mom, I hollered because I felt the same, like I am raggedy like everybody else. I have the spectrum of colors in my family. My light-skinned niece was raised in the South and was always called Light Bright. I've heard Light Bright before as well. Same with both of my parents. The only Light Bright in my family. The running joke was that they gave my mama the wrong baby. Oh my goodness. People would ask me if me and my brother had the same daddy. Lord have mercy. Hey, Shay B, welcome on in. Yes, y'all just raggedy. Not a dang on thing was all that about me. Who's better to speak on it from another angle? I don't know. To be quite honest with you, I don't think I should be the spokesperson. I know that for sure because I'm more than willing to say she has every right to come off like that. It's cringy a little bit. When I do hear women talk about how light-skinned women behave and act, it makes me cringe. And sometimes I'm embarrassed by it. I'm like, sheesh, because I don't behave that way. And it's not because I learned later on not to behave that way. I just never carried myself like that. I just sat here and, explained how I always felt like the oddball. And I wanted to have, the tone. I wanted to be the tone of my mom and my sister, but it wasn't meant for me to be that because of the man that my mom decided to make a baby with, honey. Okay. So it wasn't meant for me to, have the same color as my sister and my mom and my mom's cousin and my grandma's niece. It just wasn't meant to be. Of course I understand that now, but when I was little, I didn't like what she said, and I'm not light-skinned. So Latoya Lucas says she's not light-skinned and she didn't like what she said. Do you feel like it was her delivery? Like she grouped everybody in one? Do you feel like her delivery was off? Do you feel like she put us all in one category versus what? I just think it's weird when we're just to say it, put us in all like what? We're all Black women. So you know what I mean? It's odd. Children have enough issues being judged by your own people, and it's terrible. El Sid, welcome on in, baby. Yeah, it was a lot. And I don't even think I ever brought it up to her like later on in life. I mean, I gave my mom hell as a teenager, don't get me wrong, but I don't think I brought it up later on in life. Like I just think I just forgave her for it. But yeah. Oh goodness. Oh, you got 4. That's a batch. I've heard that weird-ish, but it's your experience and the dummies that say you can't assume, you think this, you think that, privilege. Right. I don't know why when I click on your comment, there's like a line drawn. I don't know why there's a line through it, but I don't see that showing up here on the screen. Yes, I have both in my family, especially amongst my aunts and uncles, from really light to really dark. So I don't really feel any type of way. Yep, that's exactly how I feel. And I'm not even light. She generalized Black women by saying what she said, and it's weird to me. Yeah, I just, like I said, I know that women that are our age, most of us in the chat, some are in our 30s, but most of us are 40 and up. And I'm very familiar and I know it exists. I even know some people who have grandparents who are darker, who show favoritism towards their lighter grandchildren. and I've seen it with my own eyes, and that was odd to me as well. But here we are, right? I don't think it's fair that everybody is, packed into one box as the same, because that's not the case. But unfortunately, here we are. I've been told that I'm stuck up and I think I'm all that, but when people get to know me, they see that I'm really humble, a fun person, and some have confessed that to me. But of course, I do own my own bouginess. Period. Come on now, right? But it makes me feel some type of way, and it's made me feel some type of way when people do say, like, oh, you're like almost like a white person saying to a black person, oh, you're one of the good ones. You know what I mean? It's just like, no, we're the same. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, that shit is crazy to me. Often light-skinned ladies are targets of abuse and low self-esteem men who want them for approval of others. Now, this right here, this right here, this shit right here. Woo! Wow. Listen, this right here, that triggered me. And I'm not going to tell you why, because again, I've already was on my soapbox, but I experienced one of those men. Yes, I have. Actually, I have a daughter by him. Yep. If y'all didn't know, honey, I do have, yes, honey, I got kids. They ain't got all, my oldest, my sons, they have the same dad. My daughter has a different father. Yes, I have two, but yes, I'm one of those. But yes, I've experienced that. And I don't know if it was because I was light-skinned per se. I just will say I definitely wasn't someone who was the norm for his kind, is what I'll say. But there's that. KOD, welcome on in, baby. Black women of all shades need to only be against the 8% that did. He said, let me bring some politics in this really quick. Okay. Black women of all shades need to only be against the 8% that did vote for Kamala. The rest of us, the 92%, need to stick together. Miss Lady, okay, you guys are talking to one another. Arm candy. Yep. You described my dad to the T. I found out later as an adult. So yeah, I think that her saying this out loud probably triggered a lot of people and probably opened up a portal, if you will, for people to talk about things that we sort of sweep up under the rug, things that we forgot about, things that we don't care about anymore. Like, life is so different right now. And it's just absolutely like, I don't know, it's absolutely crazy. But I mean, even, I'm going to give you a prime example when it comes to skin. Like, I love Black women. I feel like anytime I go create like my AI art, or anytime I'm like creating some type of graphic, I just love a Black woman. I feel like it's art. It's like we're our own canvas, and I love that about us. I love our lips. I love our nose. I love our different hair textures, our body types. I see beauty in all types of women, not just your standardized beauty. No, I can just see beauty in what most people would consider someone to be not so pretty, or someone that's not so cute, or however you like to title, someone's appearance. And that's always been me, and it sucks, unfortunately, that young woman is dealing with that. And it is what it is, unfortunately. Now, I will say this. I feel like she needs to work on herself, because to have that, to just come out here and lash out, she definitely needs to work on herself some more, for sure. Because for you to even go and click on, when somebody's making a comment under your social media, that little circle in their avatar, you can't really see them. So for you to click And to sit there and categorize and say, oh, that's a light-skinned woman, that's a light-skinned woman, that's a brown-skinned woman, that's a white woman, you know what I mean? All of the things, you got to work on yourself for sure for you to even have time to do all of that. Black Swan, welcome on in, baby. How are you? Until this skin color can pay my bills and all of my expenses. Come on here. Hey, it doesn't mean a damn thing. Not at all. It doesn't mean a thing. He was never abusive to darker women he dated, unless I was unaware. But the lighter hue ladies, I was aware of his abuse. We didn't have a good relationship before he passed away. I would love to talk about my father too, but it is a time and a place, of course. But I think that it'll be a healthy live for people to open up if they want to speak about their moms, their dads. You know, there's a lot of things that we sweep up under the rug and we just don't talk about because it's kind of cringy to say it out loud. And thank you for sharing your story with us, Reefs and Muffs mom. But definitely we'll probably start to open up a little bit more in members. I'm not really ready to do that out in the open yet. It would definitely have to be with like a limited amount of people. But I think it would be helpful. But at the same time, it's like rough for me to hear other people's stories because sometimes I don't know what to say when somebody, you know, shares everything and I'm just caught off guard and I'm just like, oh, well, what am I supposed to say? And then I never want to come across as if I, you know, don't have compassion or empathy for what people have dealt with and what they're going through. So sometimes, you know, there's that. I become socially awkward when it comes to people sharing their story. So, you know, I'm working on it. When I analyze Diddy and Casey, I see a gay man jealous of the attention that a light-skinned woman got from other men. Wow, a lady 747. That's deep. How do you feel about this comment here? A lady 747 says, when I analyze Diddy and Casey, I see a gay man jealous of the attention that light-skinned women got from other men. How do you guys feel about that? El Sis says, we got so many shades in our family because great grandma had 7 kids with 6 varieties of men. So we were raised desensitized to color a bit. And I love that for your family. I do. Because at the end of the day, again, we're all the same. We just look different. That's all. I'm a twin. A Black Swan said, I'm a twin. I'm the darker twin, and my sister is much lighter. Our grandmother told me I was ugly. Oh, my God. And never even gave me a hug. Only my twin sister crazy. So, Black Swan, you experienced what I just mentioned about grandparents who would favor the lighter grandchildren over the darker grandchildren. And I've experienced that growing up, watching, you know, from my friends and seeing it, you know, and they would talk about it, right? So that is a thing, okay? Diddy's baby oil said he's just a regular gay man that's mad he's afraid to come out. Oh, Lord. Pre-Pony Waller says, I have benefited from pretty privilege. However, the downside is that I am often viewed as the dingbat. Then I have to prove myself. There's that. The dingbat, or, you know, like people say, the dumb blonde, if you will. So, yeah, that's true. Yes, that comes along with it, unfortunately. Extra AF, hey, how are you, baby? Welcome on in. Hey, honey. Yes. Okay, you guys are talking to yourself. I have seen pretty as not a privilege because folks prey on pretty women. Hold on, you guys. Hello. Hey, baby, I'm on live. What's up? Okay, we're at. I mean, what area? Okay, baby, I'll call you back. Are you good? Okay, baby, I'll call you back. Bye-bye. Sorry, y'all. That was my daughter. So, Yeah, you're right. My grandmother was what they called a mulatto and therefore felt like lighter skinned blacks were better and prettier. Woo, I am so sorry that you had to deal with something like that. Do you still carry do you have like any resentment towards lighter women because of that, or are you okay now? My grandmother was biracial and favored her one grandchild that looked like her. Very sad. My God. Mm, 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 mm. I have two sisters, one older and one younger. Both of my sisters are lighter. However, my grandmother was dark skinned and favored me. She wasn't fond of the lighter skinned people, including my dad. Oh, wow, Miss Boogie Down. Now that's unique. I think this is the first time that let me think. Let me read it again before I lie. I have two sisters. Yeah, I think I've never really seen it on the like on the opposite end. Or maybe it wasn't something popular to talk about, but wow. Mm, 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 mm. All right, so let's move on to something a little more. You know what I mean? That was, it was a little draining. It was a little draining. How do you guys feel about Dawn Robinson from In Vogue? Did you hear about Sister Dawn? How do you guys feel about Sister Dawn living in her car from In Vogue? Let me know if you heard about that situation. Ooh, my first mistake was, baby, I wanted too much time. Hold on to your love, honey. Hold on to your love. How are you guys feeling about Dawn Robinson down there in the car living? Do tell, you didn't hear about it, so let me see if I can find it. Featureism and texturism is also a thing. Yes, Pre-Pony, you're absolutely right. Dawn's lying, in my opinion. Well, there are people out there saying that it's true, Elle said, that are close to her, that she's been in her car. But here's my question is she living that van life and that car life? Because there's a community out there, because I watched that community here on YouTube. They live like that on purpose. They're living off of the grid. So does she want to start monetizing that opportunity of living off the grid? Is that why she said something? Or because Dawn looks good. She looks good. Dawn, if you are living in your car, honey, that skin, honey, the hair is thriving and all of the things. So right. And I do remember, I recall, I think, was Dawn problematic in the past with the group? Here's the thing, when people say they live in the car, you have to be careful, because you're living in the car, that doesn't necessarily mean you're homeless if it's a choice. Like I said, there are people who live in their car. There's people who are living in their vans. They're converting their cars and vans into a living space because they're living off the grid. Homeless in your car means you have nowhere to go, you have no choice, and your back is up against the wall, and you don't want to be in your car. So, and I also, was there a little bit of, and listen, people go through, baby. So I understand that some people are recovering from the alcohol, from the sugar, from the drugs. I don't know why I recall there was something, I don't know why I recall some type of substance abuse, but I recall that. Let me see. I want to make sure okay, you guys are talking amongst yourself. In the bushes. Extra AF says she's in the bushes. This is a great combo. You can see in my thumbnail that my mom was pale and I'm brown. Look at that. And that's such a beautiful picture, Extra AF. Okay. Yes, it is. Dawn is lying, El Cid said. El Cid is not here I think El Cid is not here for Dawn Robinson at all. Yeah, so I feel like I'm about to put some stuff in my car, go live, and tell people I'm homeless for donations. I feel like the van life and the car life people have taught me that if I would have to go down there to the Mazda and pull down the seats, that I'll be okay. And I'm just being honest, but maybe it's because I've watched the people who've upgraded the van, baby. They got kitchens, and I didn't see people turn a school bus into a whole home. So, baby, I might be living on the fantasy side, in the fantasy world of van life and car life. But hey, I have watched, listen, I know where to park my car if I need to live in it. I know where to go get my gym membership at to take my showers. Like I know how to go to the restroom. If I, how to make my own, toilet and everything. Girl, I know all about it. Yes, I do. Somebody said I'm not in the mood for Dawn. Nobody's in the mood for Dawn. Oh my God. For always, forever, for life. That's crazy about Dawn Robinson living in her car. I feel like she trusted people and they backstabbed her. Diddy's baby oil said, "How are you homeless with a personal assistant? I'm not in the mood for Dawn." Y'all ain't in the mood for Dawn. Very problem. Oh my God. Dawn, what have you done to the people? Yes, Dawn has mental health issues. I believe she was the problem for a lot of the issues within Vogue and Lucy Pearl. She is off and strange. Well, she looks good though. She does. Wait, she's homeless with the person. Assistant. Let's just go pull up the video, okay? Because I just wanted to graze over it, but maybe we need to go and see. Hold on a minute. Dawn Robinson. Let's see if I can find her YouTube video, actually. Oh, God, it's going to take a while because people have been talking about it. Is this it here? No, that's the Daily Mail. I want to pull her video because Dawn don't look like she's out here striking channels. So where is... Damn, I can't find... Because she has a YouTube page. Dawn Robinson. Let me put in Vogue to see if I can find her page, not what everybody else is saying. Ooh, honey, they are talking about it. Did you hear me? Off cuff radio. Bear with me, you guys. I'm trying to find it. Where is her page? Because it's like a 30 plus minute video. And in that video, I was, official Dawn. Okay, here it is. Hold on, you guys. You can do... Hold on, y'all. Let me... All right, so I'm about to share my screen so that we can get into some things. And like I said, Dawn looks good, she looks like her skin is, she's taking care of herself. And share this tab instead. Let me go ahead and max out the screen. Let me get her on up here. Let me get this face up here because this is what the chat is giving Dawn. The chat is not going, so let's see.
It has been a minute and a half. I'm so glad to be back. I'm so... Namaste, hola, all those things. Okay, hello in every language. Oh my gosh, life was lifing and I had to deal with it like we all do. I'm glad to be back. I'm still on cloud 9017 from episode 5 because I did that on my own and I'm still just knocked out about it. Wow. Anyway, and I'd like to start this episode with a quote from Bren Brown. It's, I think, Brene Brown. Bren said, being vulnerable is not a sign of weakness. It's actually a sign of courage, because you show up not knowing the outcome. You show up not knowing the reaction people are going to have and what they're going to feel about it, or how you're going to be judged. And when I first started this channel, I knew that I was going to talk about this episode. This was one of the topics that I wanted to discuss. And people are like back and forth with me over this whole time, like, well, you shouldn't talk about it because you're a celebrity, and what if they judge you? And I'm like, okay, what if? What if they judge me? So what? We're all judged. Life is life. And it was like, nobody has stepped or walked 5 steps in my stilettos. So it's real, and it's okay. It's like, part of being human is to be vulnerable. I'm human first. I don't care about celebrity. I don't care about being a woman. I don't care about any of the things that we think, oh my God, you shouldn't. It's like, that's the very reason that I should. That's the very reason that I am. I'm glad you guys are still with me, and that you didn't give up on me. It's been a minute, like I said. So a lot of people are like, she's not coming back. We're not going to see her again. Yeah, you will. Thank you for having faith in me. Okay, that said, and I've always been honest too. That's the other thing. I'm like, why stop now? I'm not going to change who I am. I think that's what a lot of people love about me. I hope that's what you guys love about me. So anyway, my aim is to inspire and to let people know that you're capable of anything. No matter what the odds are against you, you are capable of anything. You're capable of everything. Whatever you think you can't do, you can do that thing. Like, come on, man, this is life. We got to figure shit out for ourselves. So anyway, I digress. You guys, for the past almost 3 years, I have been living in my car. I said it. Oh my God, it's out. I've been living in my car. Oh my gosh. If you remember, if you guys were with me, in 2020, I did like 105,000 interviews. And in the interim, I was living with my parents in Vegas. And that was wonderful until it wasn't. I love my mom, but she became very angry. And a lot of her anger, she was taking out on me, and I was her target all the time. And I was like, I can't deal with this. Like, I respect her too much. I didn't understand it. I still don't. And it hurt me. So I was just trying to figure it out, but I couldn't. You can't read someone else's mind. You can't figure them out. They got to figure themselves out. So I was like, let me get out of here. And I was sleeping in my car for maybe about a month in Vegas. And then the guy that was co-managing me at the time was living in LA. And he said, you need to come back to LA because it's getting ready to be fire in Vegas. You need to come back. I love LA. So I said, okay. And he said that I could stay with him. And so I was like, okay. But you have a dog, I have a dog. And he's like, I don't have a lot of room, but I'll make room for you. And then when I got to his place, he actually didn't have room for me. So it turned into.
Now, this is where, now, when we get to this point of the story, this is when I start to come up with my bad opinion. And I say to myself, now, wait a damn minute. Because, see, when it's time to move in with your co-manager, your assistant manager, your manager, or whomever you said this is, baby. Now, it sounds like there's a little more going on. I don't think we just move in with the manager. Does that sound normal? But then when you got there, there was no room for you. All right, so let's continue. That's when I said, wait, what had happened?
Okay, well, I'm going to put you in a hotel for the night. And that one night turned into 8 months. Oh my God, you guys. I was like, no, this is unacceptable, because every apartment that I looked at, every single time I looked at a place, I would call him and I'm like, okay, can you meet me here? I would tell him ahead of time, of course. And then he wouldn't meet me there. And so I would take video and send it to him. And he's like, no, oh my God, this neighborhood, I hate it. I'm like, dude, I'm the one who has to live here. This is my remote for my phone. You can push play and pause and all that stuff. So that's why I'm holding this. Anyway, and it's way cheaper than the hotel. I told my assistant one day, I have been researching car life. There's a whole community of people that live in their cars, and a whole community of people that live in their RVs, and a whole community of people.
Now, that's another thing that made me say, okay, boom. So you're not homeless if you've been researching this. And you know, those of us who watch van life and car life, it takes about a good 2 to 3 videos, and you're like, oh shit, I can totally do this. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. Let her continue.
Live in vans, van life, car life, RV life. And I loved what I was seeing. I just thought, wow, these people I can do that. I can do this, I think. And I ended up in my car, and it's been, like I said, 3 years. Yeah, I mean, I felt like he was playing games, and I knew he was playing games, and I wasn't the one. I'm like, come on, I'm trying to make this easier on you, because financially, I know it's got to be hard. You're paying your rent and you're paying my hotel. Like, no, his apartment was $1,700 a month. And then my hotel was over $3,000. Yeah, way too much. And no, I'm not doing this. I can't. So, and I was always stressed every week because he would pay weekly for the hotel. So every week I was like, oh my God, can you afford it? Are you okay? And he's like, no, I can't.
Very erratic behavior, very like it's something, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if, you know, I'm just going to say it because what y'all going to do, fight me? It's almost like she needs something to calm her down. Just to, you know what I mean? Just something like she missed, like she didn't take her meds. I'm going to just say it. I'm going to say it. There's something going on in this video where it feels like, I don't know if it was a vitamin. I don't know if it's anxiety, but the behavior is a little, you know, like, oh, okay. You know, there's something going on is what I'm trying to say. Okay. They're just giving a little bit of a Britney Spears. Shh. You know, hey, you know what I mean? It's giving just, hey, now. I ain't trying to be funny. It's just giving a little bit of Britney Spears. You know what I mean? Do you get what I'm saying when I say that? Yeah, that right there. Just a bit of Britney Spears.
But I'm getting it together. What? You're the one who said to go to the hotel, and you're not approving any of the apartments. Like, it would be so much cheaper to just get me into an apartment. Like, what's the problem? Sometimes I think, you guys, people want to trap you and keep you in a situation where you're vulnerable and depending on them. And I wasn't the one. So, yeah, I got out of there. So there's 2 people that I have in my life that are keeping me going. Actually, 3. One is my forever mother-in-law. I dated her son. Of course, we're no longer together. And she's like my, oh my gosh, my go-to. And then I have my assistant, Nisi. Sorry. Nisi is, whoo, you guys, I swear, every day she's like, Diva, she calls me Diva. You can do this. You got this. Oh, and the third person is Evan, my brother, Evan. Nisi, I think I'm going to go and sleep in my car. I think I'm going to live in my car. I've been researching it, and I know I can do this. And she's like, yeah, you can. She was gung-ho, and I was like, okay. So I went up to Malibu. You know, Malibu is the place where you can take Highway 1 all the way from New York, literally. And it's kind of the place where everybody stops along the way when they're coming from the East Coast and they're heading west, you know, to California to make their dreams come true, to start a new life. March 9th, 2022 is when I left the hotel. And I got to Malibu, and the music on the radio was Avant, Sailing by Avant. I like Christopher Cross's version as well, but this version was like perfect timing. It was so beautiful. Both of them are beautiful.
Okay, so there's Dawn from In Vogue. Hey, Rain, welcome on in, baby. How are you? If I missed anybody, hello. Yeah, so there's a whole lot going on. In Vogue was getting paid crumbs. Dawn was the one speaking up about their contract. She went from bad contract to another bad contract. So do you feel like her career is the reason why she's experiencing something a little unique mentally, is what I'll say? You know, the story is all over the place. She decided to come out and talk about it, and everyone is speaking about it. Even her ex-husband is speaking about it. But sounds like to me she's not homeless. I believe that she's made a choice, like I said, to live off grid and to live in her car. She's been in there for 3 years. Again, it is very much a lifestyle, and it is a thing. People do this by choice. So, yes, assistant can mean a lot of things, and so can a manager. You know, there are a lot of people in a relationship with their manager, which I think that's what it's giving. The relationship was more than business. It sounds like it was business and personal, if you ask me. But again, like I told you, I've been giving out a bad opinion since 1978. So who's asking me? You know, where's my banner? Because everything here is fair use. And like I said, allegedly, this is a dog and a pony show, and it is all hogwash at the end of the day, okay? So let me just make sure I roll my banner across for the content, reminding the people on the outside looking in, okay? Everything said is my bad opinion and all speculation and hogwash. Allegedly, okay? I'm just talking. So yeah. She was amazing in Lucy Pearl. Yes, she was. She seems happy to me as well. I mean, a little, you know, you know what I mean? I thought about the RV life once or twice just for a change. Maybe her only skill is singing and she doesn't have, well, here's the thing. Now she can transfer. We all have a skill set, right? But I don't even think it matters for always for life, because I think she's happy and she's thriving and she looks. Now, some people don't wear on the outside what they're going through, but did she mention? I don't think she said she was homeless. She just said she's been living in her car. I mean, have you seen car life? Oh, baby, they're turning the whole inside of the car into an apartment. Yes, they are. By choice. And see, the giveaway in the beginning of the video is her saying her channel, because she knows that you can get a good, let me tell you something. Did you ever see the views on most van life and car life videos? Now, some of them will use the word homeless. Is the TV in the background bothering you all? As far as, is it interrupting with my audio and what I'm saying? Let me know if you can hear me or not. Okay, cool. So yeah, I think she sees the money that can be made. She's been there for 3 years. I don't think she's unhappy, but we'll wait. Right. If she's going to pump this, so let me see how many views this video got. Let me, excuse me, let me take this off my screen real quick. You remove. Let's see how many views Sister Dawn got just on this video alone. 238,000 views is what she got on this video. If you would like to watch the rest of it, I'm going to definitely make sure, since we did play some of her content, here is the full video. The link is now in the chat. Now, don't take y'all asses over there now. Wait a minute. But that's the original link for the original video for Dawn Robinson. And I feel like if she's going to start a channel and vlog her life, well, baby, that's the thing to do. If you've been in your car for 3 years, you definitely have the experience and you definitely have the tools to go ahead and get into some things, honey, and get that check from the Google AdSense. Yes, you can. Absolutely. So before that, let me see what was she doing before that. The last time she was on her channel was 1 year ago. Okay. So 1 year ago, and she didn't get many views. She got like 7K views a year ago, which was a 5-minute video. A 7-minute video, she got 4.3 thousand views. So I think Dawn decided to say, you know what? Let me go ahead and stop procrastinating. Let me not be proud, although I'm happy because of who I used to be. Let me just let it out. And that's what she did, I guess. Hell, Sly Stone was living in a van in front of his daughter's house, although he had a home. Yeah, some people, that's their way of living now. Like I said, people are now running and living. They want to be off the grid. A lot of people are also traveling as well. It's acceptable when you're alone. Please don't live in a car with kids. I've seen, well, I'm not in a car with kids. I've seen people have the van life with kids, as well as turning the school bus into a home with their children. But most people that I see, that I watch on YouTube, they are, single people, no children. Yep. So I just wanted to share that and see what you guys thought about it. And that's all I got, honey. We don't have anything else. We will definitely continue with all of the phone calls from PCFP tomorrow. But I did want to come on today and check. I told y'all I'm absolutely exhausted. I'm tired and I need a nap. Okay. I'm happy at least she was able to tell her story, and she's going to benefit from telling her story, because now, although she did the video letting us know that she's living in her car, she's now going to probably show how she, where she showers and how she sleeps. And, she got to be careful. She has to protect her location, of course. But yeah, we shall see. No, I didn't, Sid. I didn't talk about any of that. Earlier, I talked about, I think we just got right into Claressashields. And then we moved right into Dawn Robinson. I didn't talk about anything personal. Yep. So that's all I got for y'all. I just wanted to come on real quick and see what was in the blogs, honey. I'm specifically talking about kids living in cars. It's very sad. Oh, you mean that? Yeah. No. Yeah, no, for sure. A lady 747. I was definitely more so focused on the lifestyle of off-grid living in, motor vehicles. But no, we definitely don't want to encourage or entertain that at all. Not at all. What scares me though, when people live in their cars, when they live in the climates where it's cold, that is that is something that I worry about when I see that you have the ability to travel. I often wonder why they stay in the states that snow and they're like trapped in their car. I don't know if they do it for content purposes, but it's just like most y'all travel all year round. Why do you stick around in the cities in the states that snow in the winter? Why don't you just park and live in a different climate if it's wintertime in the state you're residing in? That part I don't understand, but they do it anyway. But of course, more views. So yeah, I'm going to sit back and see what happens if she's going to share more of her story on her YouTube channel. And that's all I got, y'all. Y'all have an amazing day. Is it anybody's birthday today? I don't think we had any birthdays on my community wall in members for today. I believe the 18th is the next birthday. If we don't have any birthdays, baby, we are going to get on out of here. Thank you all for watching. Did you all hit the like button? If it is your birthday, if you're catching a replay, if it is your birthday, happy birthday to you, sugar. It's a blessing to see another year. I hope you get everything that you wanted to get and you plan to celebrate for the full Pisces season or for the rest of March if you are a March baby. Oh, thank you so much, TD Will. I appreciate that. I really do. And we're going to get on out of here, honey. We might go live later tonight, but I'd be lying. Y'all know I'd be lying, right? I don't know. Did we have fun today? I don't think we had fun. I don't know if it was fun. I feel like it was like some ups and downs. You know, it drained me a little bit in the beginning. But oh, thank you so much, Diddy's Baby Oil. I appreciate that. So yeah, I'm gonna get on off of here. I need to catch up with Housewives of Atlanta. I only got through, I think, like 20 minutes of it, and then another episode I think drops today. That's so terrible. Like I am trying. I am trying to like pick a show, stick with it, watch it, so we can react to it. And oh, I'm glad you always have a good time at the Dollhouse, baby. I'm trying to pick a show, watch it, stick to it. And I think where I go wrong is I try to take notes. I take notes. I'm so used to watching TV and just watching it and enjoying it, but I'm forgetful. So I feel like if I'm going to react to something, then I need to take notes and react, during our reaction. But at the same time, if we go live, I know the chat will also chime in and be like, well, girl, what about this and that? If you are watching The Real Housewives of Atlanta. So I am going to finish the rest of episode 1 and try to get through episode 2 so that when we do go live, cross country cruise her. Hey, baby, did I say hi to you, sugar? Miss Unique, I'm sorry, y'all, if I didn't say your name. I apologize. I wasn't really in the chat. So I'm going to finish the rest of episode 1, and I'm going to try to get into episode 2, and we're going to have a reaction live to that because we may get some new friends if we start to do the reactions to The Real Housewives of Atlanta. I don't plan to tear anybody down or talk too much ish, right? That's not what I plan to do, but I do want to get into some things. And like I said, I did start to take some notes. I do have to realize stepping into the reactions of the Real Housewives franchise, baby, you got to be on your toes. You got to be on your P's and Q's. That's a large sector that covers the reactions for that show. So thank you, baby, for hitting that replay, honey. We love we love a replay. Come on, watch hours. Thank you so much, baby. I appreciate it. This was amazing. The Doll Sisters in PJs chopping it up. Yes, we need to get a graphic like that when we do our morning lives. You made me think about creating something such as PJs and a bunch of women sitting around chatting. If we had any men in here, hello to you. I do apologize if I didn't address you. We have a couple of guys that come through, but we don't have many. All right. Because I'm sure a lot of things that we talk about, it probably makes them feel uncomfortable, especially if I start rambling and I get off of the subject at hand. All right, so we are going to get out of here, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. And bye. Love y'all. Thank you for your support. It means the world to me. Bye.
What we do here is go back.